Today on the Cliffhanger, I'm going to be talking to the one and only African gentleman. He has been described by Pulse NG as the most eligible bachelor in the music industry with no baby mama drama, no controversies at all. Seriously guys, he's squeaky clean. So he started out as a rapper, and out here in the streets he was known as Rico Slim. Anyways, he goes on to become the amazing 3-time All-African Music Award nominee in 10 singer we all know as Ric Hassani. Alright, welcome to the Cliffhanger, bro.
Thank you, man.
How's it hanging? How you doing?
I'm good.
Good? Fantastic. Okay, so we're here to know who you are, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about you, so you.
Okay.
Who is Ric Hassani?
Ric Hassani is a singer-songwriter. I'm also a fashion enthusiast. So much so that I'm working on my clothing line. Okay. I've been working on it for a while now, so that should be out soon. Yeah, man. I put out my debut album 3-4 months ago now. So that's what we're pushing now, and that's what I do.
Okay. How's that doing?
Good.
Right?
It's going all right.
Fantastic.
You know, we're learning on the job. I'm an independent artist, so that means I own my own arrangements.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we're just working non-stop.
Okay. So, I mean, is Ric Hassani your real name?
No.
Okay. All right. So,
but a lot of people feel it's my real name. That was what I intended.
It sounds like your real name.
Yeah.
So what's your real name?
My real name is Ikechukwu Ahiaozu. Do you now understand why? You understand why I changed?
I mean, imagine. Oh yeah, so it's Ikechukwu Ahiaozu. Drop the mic.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Ric Hassani just sounds a lot more cooler. So I was like.
So how did you arrive at Ric Hassani?
Okay, my middle name is Eric. So I took out the E because I mean Eric just sounds like a geek or something, which I am. So you know, I just took out the E. Yeah, I just took out the E, and I was left with Rick. And when I was coming into music, I wanted people to take me really seriously, and I just knew that I don't know. There's something about double names that just makes it sound more like a big deal. You know how you have like Michael Jackson or James Bond or Luther Vandross. Like, so I knew it had to be a name and a surname. So I had Rick. And I was looking for a surname for a while, and then I think I was watching TV. I was watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for the 6,000th time over and over again because I'm a huge fan.
Sure.
Yeah. And then I just heard the name Hassani, and then I just put it to Rick, and Ric Hassani just sounded so cool. I was like, okay, let's go.
Okay. that's a long shot, but yeah,
yes,
it works. It works. Okay, cool. Okay, so your music style is different, right?
Yeah.
It's different, unique. We would like to know how, you are able to make that kind of music in this industry. I mean, we all know that mainstream music sells, better, but you seem to be doing quite well because people like your sound.
Yeah.
So how did you break that barrier?
I think before I started making the kind of music I'm making now, I tried many other things.
Yeah.
I even used to rap at some point. Yes, like I tried to do every other thing. Only because then I felt like it was cooler.
Okay.
You know, it was what was around. It was the wind your waist kind of vibe. That was the cool thing then. And I was just trying to be like what I was hearing at the time. I wasn't doing what I knew how to do. You know what I mean? So the kind of music I'm making now is honestly what I know how to make. I don't know how to make any. You know what I mean? I don't know how to make any other kind of music. So I think I'm just fortunate that people are responding to it, because if they didn't, I don't know what I'll do because I don't know how to make any other kind of music.
Or get a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I try to. So yeah, man, I'm just fortunate that people are responding to it, and I'm continuing to do what I can.
Fantastic. Okay, so your videos are as different as your music.
Yeah,
they're pretty stellar videos. So what's the thought process behind those videos? Who does your art direction? Are you the one that conceptualizes these videos? How do you arrive at such eyegasms?
Man, well, I come up with the concepts.
Okay.
Like a lot of the time, or
feels like
all of the time. Yeah, because when I'm writing the music, I'm very visual. I always see what I'm writing, I don't know if that makes sense. That makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I can relate. It does.
Yeah. So whenever it's time for me to shoot the video, when I'm speaking with the video director, I always know exactly how I want this side to look, or now I want the camera to come from behind, or I want to sit down on the chair. I just see it in a kind of way. And luckily, the directors that I've been working with are
They think.
yes,
They get you.
They get me and they trust me, because some guys just be like, why? What do you mean? You know. So I'm just lucky that the video directors also see my vision and help me run with the whole vibe.
At what point in your life did you realize that this was what you wanted to do?
That's a very complicated question, because, like I said, I grew up into a very academic background.
It seems like the whole glasses thing, you know.
Oh yeah, man! Like, dude, like my mom is a professor, my dad is a professor. That's how deep it is. Like they are both professors. So I grew up, like half of my siblings are lecturers. It's really deep, you know.
Wow.
So I grew up in a very academic background. At the time when I was born, my dad was a university lecturer.
Okay.
So we used to live inside the university. So everything I knew was academics. Even my friends in school, their parents were also working in the university. So it's just book. All we knew was book. I didn't know if I could do anything else. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know I've always loved music, or I've always wanted to sing, or I've always watched TV and seen fashion, but I just never ever thought it was something I could do, because I'd never seen anybody that was what they did. You know what I mean? Everybody around me was either a lecturer or doing a PhD or stuff like that. I think it was after my master's degree that I really knew that, to be honest, I really knew that people could actually, this is like, you could be an artist, you can be a creative. Yeah. And then the minute I found out, I was like, man, this is it.
You have to jump in it.
Yeah, so that's why it came a little late for me. But I've always loved music. It's just that I never thought about doing it because I never knew I could do it.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, who influences your sound? I mean, if you like music, you're a creative, right? There are things you're exposed to, and at some point you start to tell in whatever you create that, okay, you know, this is from here, this is from there.
Yeah, pretty much pop music. I grew up on a lot of pop music.
Okay.
Pop music and R&B. So it's from
the R&B shows more though. I mean, it's pop music and like pop music.
Yes.
Nah, I don't really hear it though.
Yeah.
The R&B shows.
Yeah. R&B. I'm a huge fan of Boyz II Men.
Okay.
I grew up on like Boyz II Men raised me. You know, like Boyz II Men, Brian McKnight, Whitney Houston, Brandy.
Oh, the best, man.
That was my era. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Craig David. You know, and then fast forward a lot later. To now, let's say like Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran. Yeah.
And these guys are known for impeccable vocals.
Yeah.
That's what really defines them. They're impeccable vocals. I understand that. Okay, so, who are the artists you admire in the industry, home and abroad?
Wizkid.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Wizkid fan, man. Let me tell you a secret. I was actually in the studio when he recorded his Superstar album. Yeah, I was in like, let me say, I was in maybe between 30 and 50% of all the studio sessions.
Wow.
Yeah, because at the time he used to work with a producer called Sam Clef.
Yeah.
And when I first come to Lagos, I used to sleep in Sam Clef's house.
The same story. It's like every musician that has blown now has slept in the studio somewhere under the bridge.
Like just on the floor there. Like that was like my spot, you know what I'm saying? Like it was me. I was there for like a year and a half. I was there for a really long time. So I was fortunate to see Wizkid record all those songs, man, all those backroom, you know what I mean? Like so yeah, man, I'm very influenced by not really influenced, I'll just say, not really influenced sonically, like not really his sound, but just his drive, man. He's a very hardworking guy. I don't think people, because of the way maybe his music, people just think that he's a very laid back, because of the way his music sounds, but he's very hardworking. Like Wizkid will be recording and he'll stand by the mic till the song's done. Like you know what I mean? Like he's going to keep going at it, you know. So I'm really inspired by his energy and his vibe. Yeah.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, So tell me, I mean, you just mentioned sleeping in the studio.
Yeah.
What was the struggle like, really? Like, when you break it down to the nitty-gritty, what was the struggle like? The hiccups, you know, the obstacles, everything.
You mean at that time?
At that time, leading up until when you got your big break.
The thing with sleeping on the floor and being a studio rat is, while you're doing those things, you don't really know that's what you're doing, because you're so focused on the passion, like you're so focused on where you're trying to go or who you're trying to be. At that point, it's like nothing matters. Like, to be honest, like I didn't even realize that's what I was doing until like now. You know, it's now I'm like, oh, I was a studio rat now. Like, it never occurred to me during that time. Like, it was so many of us. It was me. Scales was in that house. I'd met SARS. Shizzy came after a while. Like, Flow Sick. Like, it was so many.
Those guys, man.
Yeah, at the time, nobody knew that's what was happening. All we knew was that, man, Sam Clef is the guy. We're recording all this music. We're meeting all the, like, you don't really know it. Like, you don't even know you're going through anything. It's when you're out of it that you're like, oh, this is what was happening, you know. And then now there are still struggles, I guess, but then again, it's I'm just still focused on where I'm trying to go. You know, that everything around me is it just adds up to where I'm trying to go. So it's not really like a struggle to me.
Favorite music producer?
Timbaland.
Favorite artist?
Craig David.
What's your go-to outfit?
Just corporate shirts and corporate pants and patent black shoes.
Favorite superhero?
Black Panther.
Favorite Big Brother housemate?
Miracle.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some fun ways to answer everyday questions like how's it going or what do you do?
So if somebody asks me how's it going, I'll just say I'm good.
A fun way.
A fun way. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a fun guy. I don't know.
What celebrity would you rate as a perfect 10?
Will Smith.
I agree.
Yes.
Which fictional character would be the most boring to meet in real life?
I think like Tomb Raider or something.
Lara Croft?
Yeah, Lara Croft.
Personally, I would have said what's her face? That Bella Bell in
Who?
Twilight. That girl in Twilight.
Oh yes! Oh my God! That girl is so boring.
It's so
Jesus,
boring.
Like, oh my God!
It's like the same expression for everything. I'm in shock.
Oh, shit!
I'm surprised.
I'm telling you.
I'm sad.
Is she in a relationship now?
I don't care.
Yeah, I think.
I don't care.
I think she's single, man. Like those kind of.
I don't care, man.
Babes who just bring
she needs a black guy to add some spice to her life. To change her expression.
She needs some chocolate brush. That's it. That's what she needs.
All right. Okay. Good. What artist or which artist would you like to collaborate with?
Drake.
Yeah, I can see you guys working together.
Yeah, I just feel like he's very creative, man. Like and
he has a kind of vibe too.
Yeah.
Say silk repeatedly till I tell you stop.
Silk.
What do cows drink?
Milk.
Do they though? Do they? Do cows drink milk?
No, they don't drink milk. This is like a mind, like my mind has just been, wow. And like, I'm not even daft. This is the funniest, like this is not like some electric package kind of situation. Like, I'm not even that stupid. Like, I seriously had like serious first classes, like, but wow. This means like happen to anybody.
It can happen to anybody.
Yeah, I'm not stupid, guys. In case, still follow me. Don't block me on Instagram. I still have sense.
So I'm pretty sure the ladies would like to know this.
I'm single.
Ric Hassani is single.
I'm single.
You're single.
Yeah.
Did you hear? He's single. Even if I finish asking the question, he declared he was single.
But I'm happy, like, because some people, when I say, oh, I'm single, they're like, oh, why are you single? What do you mean? I'm like, what? Is it a wrong thing to be single? Like, what happened? You understand? I can't be single anymore in life. Like, yeah, I'm actually single.
All right. Thank you for coming on to the show, Rick.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
One last question, though. Mm-hmm. How much have you made so far from your music?
How much money?